Alright guys, how you doing? It's Rabir. Hope you're all good. So I was racking my brains of videos to do today, and there's quite a few different things I have to do, and none of them were really resonating with me, as it were. So I tried to shoot a couple of videos and wasn't really feeling it, but I thought, you know what, I forgot completely that I haven't shown you all my beautiful brand new PRS Custom 24. So basically what I'm doing today is just showing you about this guitar. So I've got a close-up cam going on now. It's on autofocus so that when I'm moving around it's just going to kind of focus in, but as you can see it's absolutely stunning. It's a brand new Custom 24 in the autumn sky finish, and it's got a nice thick flame maple top, and it's the hybrid hardware, so as you can see on this camera it's the kind of gold and silver hardware, so the pickups are gold and silver pole pieces. The saddles and the trim are gold, and the outer chassis is silver, and as you can see on the headstock there, it's beautiful gold and silver. And flip it over, it's got the really nice open. It's got the nice open machine heads as well. I just love it. It's really nice. It's not actually a 10 top, but it may as well be a 10 top because it's stunning. And yeah, it's got the 5909 pickups in it. Those are the ones that they basically use apparently they use the wire from the old Gibson factory that is from 1959. Apparently. I could be wrong, so I imagine someone will correct me on that if I am wrong, but yeah, basically it's an absolutely beautiful guitar. I'm really, really happy with it. So I just thought, I'm hooked up to my VX Kraken up there. That's a 6L6 model. I'm running it through my GigRig G2 board with obviously all the Strymon gear and everything, which I need to do a video on, but I'll show you quickly at the end what space. I'm running it through the GigRig G2. I'm running this guitar through my VX Kraken 6L6 model, and then into my pedal board I've got the Strymons and all my other bits and bobs, and the brand new G2 from the GigRig guys, which is amazing. Thank you so much to Dan for bringing me on board, and I'm absolutely over the moon. So I'll show you quickly how that works. Basically it's pretty simple how I've got it set up, but I'll give you a quick run over what I'm doing with it. So okay, so here is the board now with the GigRig G2 all hooked up. It's currently set up for a live Tosca gig, so it's pretty basic as far as programming goes, but just to give you a quick idea, we've got the MIDI out controlling the Strymons, even the Mobius, even though that's in the front, these two are in the loop. And it's pretty cool because it means that any of the buttons along here are all different presets for the Strymons. So literally I've programmed them to do the larger ambient sound that I have and then the more chilled one. So what's nice is that this is my straight up kind of that's just dry, there's no reverb on that, so I can have a heavy rhythm tone. And then I move to this one and it should, yeah, as you see the lights change on number 2, and that's giving me my big ambience, and then when I move to number 3 the lights should change again. There you go, and now I'm on the smaller ambience, and then there's a few other different presets here that I've got going on, which is quite nice. It's kind of cool, you get a little light show, when you move between them like this, see? Whee! Anyway, the point is, this thing saves your life, because if you do a lot of pedal changing like I do, and even Dorje and Tosca, something like this just saves my ass, because it just means that I only have to press one button and I've instantly just got loads of different sounds at my foot. So like all this stuff is in the front, and we've got it all in up here on the top row. So as you can see, tuner, Beano boost, Cooper Sonic, fuzz. We've got the Pog there, the Mobius is over there, and this is actually not labelled up yet, but I put this in recently. I just use that for some smoother lead tones. But what's nice is that these are all on stomp box mode, so as you see there's a yellow LED instead of a red one. And what it means is that if I'm in my heavy ambient setting, for instance, and I want any of these to come in and be used, all I have to do is press them and it just comes in, and I can stack them like this, see? And if I don't want them in, I either just press this button again, it turns them off, or I just individually turn them off. So the best thing about this is the programming side of it. So say I'm on preset number 4. Now that's just a nice long decay reverb, and say I want the flux drive to come in. I know that's in loop 4 in the back here, so all I have to do is press that button, 4 comes on. Now that's it. Now if I go back here or here and go back to number 4 again, it's remembered that it's on, which is absolutely immense. So, and then simply just press it again if you don't want it on your preset, and then if you go back to it, it's not there. So that's a quick just introduction to the G2. I plan on doing a lot more with it, but for now that simply just handles Tosca and Dorje. I've still got the ABY hum eliminator thing set up for Rob's amp when we use his amp as well as mine, but in Tosca I'm simply just using my pedal board without this stuff as my stereo rig. So as you can see, it's quite intense, the amount of wiring going on here. All these pedals are going into here. Now, rather than having to try and plug everything in every time, I've got a little patch bay here called the Cinco. Now what this does is it allows me to plug everything from here into this little patch bay. So when I want to plug my guitar in, I just go into this input, my front of amp, that's how I go to the front of my amp, and then my effects send and return is here. And then if I want to use my foot switch, I can just plug that in there, and I can control my amp and the masters and the channels using the G2. And because I have a stereo rig, I have one of these on this side, and then around the back, as you can see, there's another one here for my other amp when I'm using a stereo rig. But obviously at home I'm just using the one. So that's basically how the whole board hooks up to a stereo rig now, which is amazing. So out of the Cinco, we come along up into the front of the Victory VX Kraken. This is the 6L6 model, and it's obviously an effects loop, and then that runs out straight into my 2 Notes Torpedo Live. I run that straight into Logic, as you can see. So that's basically how I set up my gig rig at home. Yeah, basically, here's the PRS, here's the Victory VX Kraken, there's a pedal board. I'm just going to play.
Yeah.